Afternoon, YouTube. This is Rick, Black Rifle, from North Augusta, South Carolina. I'm a little disturbed there with the trying to make these gun laws and all of this stuff because of the shootings. For those who don't understand the meaning of rights, we need to make it clear once and for all. The Second Amendment doesn't apply to a semi-auto. It doesn't apply to a bolt-action rifle, a pistol, or a revolver. The Second Amendment, folks, restricts the government. The technology of the firearm is irrelevant. The restrictions on government remain the same, regardless of the firearm. The Second Amendment was not written to grant permission for citizens to own and bear arms. It forbids the government interference in the right of the people to keep and bear those arms, period. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed upon. It also applies to other rights. They are not granted. They stipulate their inherent rights, which means their absolute rights, Joe Biden, that the government may not prohibit. I don't know when somebody's going to grow a set of balls and grow the hell up and stand the ground and stand for what is right. The Constitution, stand on that. Enforce it. Enforce the laws of this land. People are coming through the border like there's no tomorrow. We have terrorists in our country. Look at what happened in Israel. I'm waiting for it to happen here. And this is what brings me to make this video. This is my Mossberg Shockwave. It holds 5 3-inch Magnum double-out buckshot shells. And if you buy this little Absol 2.0 Flex, this little rubber thing, you pop it in the bottom here, and it allows you to use the mini shells. And you could load 10 mini shells. Okay, there's a mini shell buckshot and slugs. They're 1 3/4 inches long. This is my trunk gun. I carry this. And by God, if somebody confronts me with deadly force, I will use this. I ain't playing. I'm a combat veteran. I'm an ex-policeman. So I know the right of how to use force. You can only meet a person with deadly force if he tries to use deadly force on you. And that is my first weapon of defense, is this shotgun. And I carry this as a Mossberg Shockwave. And it has the pistol grip. My cat's trying to horn in on the video, get some attention. Anyway, this is it. I've got the excess big dot on the barrel, and I have a laser. You see that green laser? And I have it bore-sighted with the bore. So that's it. That's a 12 gauge. The second thing that I carry in the trunk is that. And they say, you don't need that. Well, who are you to say that I don't need it? 31 round magazine. Magazine capacity shouldn't be infringed on either. It's a violation of constitutional rights. Okay, this is a 9mm. and it has a lot of firepower. In addition to the 31 round magazine that's in the chamber here, I got 2 more 30 round magazines, and they're loaded with the IMI black dot ammunition. This stuff is really a good defensive round, good for hunting, also good for self-defense. Goes in the trunk just like that. Store's out of the way, and I got quick access to it. I don't know about these people in America attacking our Jewish brethren. Are you crazy? I mean, how would you like to be attacked? And you got congressmen and senators, anti-Semites all over the place that are forever crying racism, and they're racist themselves. What hypocrites. Think about it. Who's doing all the shootings? Yeah, you know who is doing it. Like Whoopi says, you know who. What a bunch of hypocrites. It's terrible. If you Democrats would stop shooting people, the national gun crimes would drop by 99%. I'm telling you what, you guys are off the chain. And I will defend my Jewish brethren. They're my people. They're Americans. I swore to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. And that oath was never retracted, and I will keep that oath. That's right, I'm an oath keeper. I'm not a member of an organization where they have a list of names. See, I don't join organizations. I just have that belief. I've always had it. Since I was 17 years old, I knew what that oath meant. That I would give my life if necessary to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that Democratic Party is becoming a domestic enemy. Let's run them out of office. My Jewish brethren out there, I suggest you vote Republican in 2024 and support the Trumpster, and together we'll run them out of town on a rail. And we'll put the ones that belong in jail, because that's where a lot of them belong. They've committed heinous crimes against the Constitution and against America that border on treason and sedition. So, there you go, buddy. I'm telling you what, it's your right. I recommend the Shockwave for close quarters combat, and I recommend this SG9, this Kel-Tec, the Sub 2000, for a good trunk gun. It's a pistol caliber, so you can take 9mm rounds, and they operate on a Glock magazine. And some pistols will accept the Glock magazine, especially the Palmetto State Army Dagger. I suggest you get one. They're better than a Glock and not as expensive. And they're great. Well, this is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. I just wanted to make something clear. You know, I got tired of hearing people, you don't need a 30-round magazine to hunt deer. Well, it's not about deer hunting. It's about self-defense. And if you're confronting somebody who is armed and heavily armed, and they have a weapon that has multiple rounds, you have multiple rounds too. So these weapons are meant for self-defense, target practicing, hunting. You could do all that stuff with them. There's no such thing as an assault weapon. So they talk about that assault weapon Heck, a baseball bat or a hammer could be an assault weapon. You can use anything to be an assault weapon. Heck, they use cars, run through parades. Where is that guy now? So you don't hear nothing about that. They probably let him go. It's terrible what goes on. And they divide the people and divide the people, and they do it just to cause chaos. Just to cause anarchy. And there's a little Bible quote for you. Tempt not the righteous man to draw his sword. Okay, because you might get an ear cut off. You remember what happened in the Garden of Gethsemane when they grabbed Jesus? That's right, he cut his ear off. And when Jesus told him to sell his cloak and buy 2 swords. Okay, that's what it's all about. The right of the people to protect themselves against tyranny, sedition, treason, being murdered. Anyway, got to get off my soapbox. This is just a video I really didn't want to make, but I had to. I had to say something. So we'll catch you later. And I stand 100% with Israel. 100% with Israel. And I pray for my brethren over there. And I don't know them. I'm not of the Jewish faith. I don't know anything about it. But I know my Lord and Savior was a Jew. Okay? They may not recognize him. Maybe they recognize him as a prophet or whatever. But I recognize him as Jesus Christ. Okay? And whatever they want to believe, that's their right. When they came to America, the Jews had a right to their religion. The Muslims, they have a right to their religion. But you have no right to force that religion on somebody else. Okay? The Constitution didn't separate church from state. This is Rick, Black Rifle. Bye-bye.